Man, what's going on? Good Sunday morning to you. I'm about to take you to church. Not in that type of way, but it is Sunday, so we're going to do our church service here. Got the blue truck running right now. I'm about to back it up and put it right where I had it before. Ran over to that show yesterday. I was hoping that little leak out of the power steering gearbox, and I was hoping I had taken care of it because I changed a dust cover. And when I was in there nosing around, I didn't see the seal leaking. The seal looked good, one of the seals, and I couldn't exactly find the leak, so I had replaced a couple of the spots. But driving over there, it's still leaking, so I'm gonna have to take that pivot arm off again and get into it, because I got two actually. I've got a rebuild kit from before that I changed the seal out one time when I had gotten the clutch changed, and it was leaking pretty bad to where like the whole power steering reservoir and everything just drained out right on the floor of the shop. Hold on, I gotta take my multivitamins real quick. Shoulders have been hurting really bad, my hip. I think I got arthritis from, you know, just overworking the stuff too long, climbing up in these old trucks and stuff like that. When I was younger, I worked at Guardian Automotive and did a lot of work with my shoulders, trimming and scraping urethane off of the back glass windshields of like the Tahoes and stuff like that. So I've got a little bit of stuff going on and a little bit of pain, so I'll take these multivitamins and whatnot and try to help me out. Anyways, over at the show, it's still leaking, so I'm gonna back it up, and I've got seal kit, so worst case scenario I gotta take it off and rebuild it, but I do have the book. That manual shows everything about that, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. On the show, on the Chad Keegan YouTube channel. Is the weight of it. I'm not sure how much it weighs. I doubt it gives that kind of description in the you know, book. So that's something that if I got to, I use some ratchet straps like I always do for everything else, but get it back here and do it so I'm on at least a level grounded, not sitting out in front of Frank, and get some kind of you know, some kind of bucket to catch all that. I unscrewed one spot and it started pouring out, and it wasn't like a major leak when I unscrewed the spot where the plate is, and there's 4 little bolts. So I figured I probably need to check the seal in there. Maybe there's something going on to where it's, you know, not catching the way it should. So I'm gonna get into it once I get this thing positioned where I want it, and that's what we'll be doing today. Well, I'm back here. Let's go out here real quick. I'll show you my work so far. I've got the Pitman arm and drag link drop down. Basically this guy right here goes through here, sits right here, down in here. Okay, undo the bolt, take this out, or the nut, take that out, and that's where your line goes for your steering, so you're straight when you hook it back up. I did take this off and I replaced this, but it looks like there's a bunch of goop still in here. So let's go into the garage real quick, shop if you will, and Uncle Chad's body shop, auto body. I've got this book here, which is fantastic, the maintenance book. It has this steering section right here in the book, which it goes through a lot of the stuff, the steering problems, what it could be, you know, things of that nature. And then shows you how to take some of this stuff apart. But it does not show you exactly like as much detail. I mean, it goes through all this stuff, so I could easily, and I've got one old seal kit and one new seal kit where there's only 2 things taken out of this that I know of, and there's more than that taken out of that. So because I used a couple seals for different things from this. Occasionally you run into something where you might need a seal, so you know there's a whole kit of stuff like it. Might need an O-ring or something that's a certain size and you just happen to find it. So I've got this also, this book that's in here. And this basically goes through a more detailed, you know, setting of it. A whole bunch of what you want to do. Here you go. Let's get over here. Okay, so basically this is where I'm at right here. Remove pitman arm. Got it. Take a chisel, help you loosen. Done it. So you've got that seal, that dust cover basically that I'd taken off and showed you. I need to pull that off because I did put that on the other day, and that's what I was talking about before I did that walk around with Frank. But then you've got all this stuff right here which basically shows you all of the things. So what I need to do is figure out where that leak is coming from. Once I pull that dust cover off, let's go out there and see if I can't pull it off real quick. I know that thing's full of probably crap because you can see it. When I go I cut the cardboard up, that way it was cleaner and stuff like that and meaner, and I laid down on there. Then I grabbed the bucket, that way I could you know, get up under there. I really don't need that. I could probably just use my fingers because I don't think that thing's that big of a deal. But yeah, you can see that thing just starting to drip there. Oh yeah, look at that. So somewhere along the line up in here is where the leak is at. And I went around and I cleaned this seal, and I didn't see anywhere where I thought that seal was leaking. I did undo these bolts, but then I put them back because when I was looking at that seal, I didn't think anything was bad in that seal. So I've got that little light of mine right there. It's the GoPro light, and I'm going to use that, and I'm going to nose round in there some more, because if that seal is bad, all I got to do is pop these 4 bolts off, pop that seal out, and I've got a new one in the garage there that I can throw in there. But yeah, that's what, and it was slinging a little bit more yesterday than it had done. Usually what it'll do is it'll just leak for a little bit and then it'll stop, and that's what was like confusing me on what the heck is going on, because I could even start it up to see if that's where it's leaking out of after I clean it up some. But yeah, there is those seals in here. There's one right there, and I believe there's one right there, but I thought I had replaced that the last time. Or you take it off and there's an O-ring in there that's bad. That could possibly be it. The only thing is I'm going to lose all my fluid. That's why I got that bucket there, and I didn't want to do it the other day. I thought I had more than what I did, but I do have probably half a gallon there. Then I've got a quart over here, and if I need to run to the store and get some more, it ain't no big deal. I can. I've got vehicles to choose from to do that. So yeah, I thought about cleaning that up with a towel and then starting it up to see if it'll leak somewhere through there. It's not like I need to worry about the steering, because even if I did turn the wheel, nothing's going to happen. That thing's just going to move, which I'm not going to turn the steering wheel. I just want to start it up to see if any fluid pops out while I'm sitting there idling, because I would go somewhere and move it around. And when I was at pulling that flatbed with that thing down to Cincinnati, that's the first time I noticed it dripping. But then I will go sit places and there's nothing. When I was sitting at that show in Kodak, Tennessee, the large cars and guitars, there was nothing on the ground whatsoever. But then when I went to go hook back up to that trailer, there was a puddle. And then when I went to the truck stop and actually sat there, there was nothing under it. So it kind of boggles me. But yesterday running, I did notice there was a lot more sling than normal coming down. It's in the rims, it's over here. But I mean, I drove, I think it's like 300 and some miles down to Kodak and came back, and there wasn't really shit all over the truck like there is now, and I only went 50 miles one way, 54 miles one way, so I know there's something going on. So let me grab a paper towel real quick, and we'll maybe do some wiping on that and see if we can see anything. But yeah, I have I took, where'd that little orange thing go? I got something around here, this little guy right here, and I was cleaning out sections of seal because there was a bunch of grime and built up in there. So I was trying to see if let me hook you up right here real quick and see if I can get you to stay right here like this and give you some angle or something. And don't worry about my wire mess here, okay? But I'm 90% positive this is where it's coming from because of all that was there. And okay, maybe it looks like it might be worn right here, and that's where it's coming from because the seal does kind of, but there's fluid in there also. So it could be giving me an optical illusion of that thing sitting down on there. And it could just be from the grease and stuff. See, I can take this little guy right here and I can run it through there to try to get that stuff out of there, because it could be, who knows where, but this is where I believe the leak is coming from. So I'm basically going to have to pull these full 4 bolts out and get in there and pull that thing off, and then everything that's in here is going to drain out, which sucks, but I do have more. So, you know, I'll put some more in and until she's full, start it up and then take it out, you know, do things like that. But yeah, that's what it is. Maybe that seal is a little worn right there. So I'll go grab another one real quick and we'll slide it over. But I mean, the numbers are right on there. The seal really doesn't look too bad. So I guess worst case scenario, I drop all this stuff down and see, because yeah, I cannot tell if this thing has a leak in it or not, and it's kind of a pain in the butt to get up in here. And I even can go like this. Yeah, I don't even feel. That's why I thought it was okay, but the thing about it is it's coming out from here. So get that up in there maybe a little bit and see what's going on. Yeah, take it off and clean that all up a little bit and see what the dealio is. So I'll be back. Let me do some rooting around here off camera and see if I can't see something, and if I do find something, I'll bring you back. Well, I was in there reading that book a little bit, went in, talked to my wife for a few minutes, and there's another seal that's behind here that may be bad, and I believe that's what was blowed out the last time, and then I ended up replacing this. Either that or it was this one, because there's a seal that says oil side that goes over this. You pull this cover off and then there's some seals in there. So I mean, the book is pretty much self-explanatory, and I believe that's probably where it is and why this is leaking, because this is a pretty decent seal still, but I do have another one that I can put on since I got that rebuild kit. And basically gonna do these 4 bolts, pull it off, and it says be prepared for loss of fluid. No shit, because it's gonna be coming out. So let's see what we can do here. Let's see if that's forward or backwards. That's forward. Okay. Now once I crack this one open, we're about to, and that's what I did yesterday. I just cracked it open a little bit the other day. It started leaking out pretty decently. So I figured that's probably what was going on, but I mean, I gotta get new fluid. Ain't no big deal. So I got the bucket down there to catch it, because I can't, like, you know what I mean, not do this. So I'm gonna pull these out and stick them over here. That's really not too much fluid. I'll just let it drip down like that before I get too crazy, and just peel it back a little bit. That stuff don't look too bad. There you go. Now we got the runs. Now the other day I didn't have my bucket out, so the stuff just ran down in the stones. But that's why I got the bucket today. hopefully don't get away from that bucket there. I'll bring you back once I pull this thing off. Just let it drain out like that for a while. I don't need to get too excited about anything, you know what I mean? Well, I do believe we may have found the problem right here because this was twisted and smashed down. So that could possibly be what the problem is. This oil side down seal, or this seal right here, this stuff all looks still good. But this surface right here looks like it could use cleaned up because it's getting some crap and corrosion and build on there. So basically gonna let this thing drain out until it's done draining. I don't know how long it's gonna drain for. I don't know why this thing would drain completely out, but I mean, it's what it is. And I'll clean up the outside surfaces. I'll replace this seal. I'll take these out and inspect them real good over there. So I'll just let this thing keep draining. That bucket is clean, so I guess if I wanted to reuse that fluid, I probably could. I just don't want the wind taking it and running off and messing up my already dirty and nasty driveway, if you know what I mean. For the most part, these all look okay in there. I mean, I'll clean all that stuff up and whatnot and do what I gotta do. Through and sex everything up, if you will. I'm gonna sex it up. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sex all this up when I'm done here. You know, this bad boy's finally done draining out. Took some light sandpaper and went around and cleaned that up. That was all nasty. You've seen that. Put some grease on it. I inspected those seals that were in here really good, and I didn't see any odd wear. I did replace that orange one because it was kind of blowed out there. Let me see if I can get this other one right there in that spot. So I don't know if that had happened probably yesterday when I took it off a little bit or Friday when I took it off to check it, or if that was like that from before and that finally just started blowing through. But you can see all that stuff on there that I went through and cleaned off. I put some grease on that. So I'm going to, like, those seals all look good. I don't have any problems with those seals. And for some odd reason, if this thing still leaks, then I will take it back apart and I'll put that new seal on. So basically now I can just put it back on and run to the store and get some fluid because I don't have enough. It pretty much dumped all of it out here. There's about, I don't know, it's a 5-gallon bucket. There's probably about a gallon in there. You know, I don't have a full gallon, so I'll put that thing back on real quick and blade it down with the thing, and we should be all right. That's how it was when I took it off. So what you want to go on there? Yeah. Okay, there we go. I didn't want to pound it on too much, but yeah, match the holes up once I get in there. That feels pretty good. Hopefully that does the trick, and that is that stops it. But what I'll do is when I do get back from the store and I fill it up, I'm going to, before I put the dust cover back on, I'll start the truck back up. Okay, let's get it where it needs to be, right there. And I hope everything's okay and that seal went on all right, without any problems. Looks like it's smashed up in there pretty good. So I should be okay to just put it on. Well, just got back from the store, got about a gallon of fresh ATF in there. I had a half gallon, so I was able to just put a half gallon of some new stuff in there. And I didn't have any leaks. I put a half gallon in before I left, and a gallon filled that thing up, a full gallon, half and half, you know what I mean? And I twisted that around a little bit. I don't see anything coming out. So I'm going to jump in the truck and start it and see if I see any leaks, because I can move that with that. This ain't going to go nowhere because it's all hooked up right here. If you watch that little guy right there, you can see him moving, you know what I mean? So I know pretty much where he wants to be. It's about lined up right here with this one. It's a little bit under for when I go to put that back on. So let me wipe down my hand real quick before I jump in there and grab the key, since I got these gloves on and stuff. And we'll fire it up, and then I'll let some of that stuff run through. I'm probably going to need to add some more fluid anyway, so I need to get it to where, you know, the fluid runs through the pump. Because when I got Frank back, they changed the power steering pump on it. It was all jacked up and stuff, that Pitman arm and all that crap. And it was super low, like there wasn't enough in there. So I'll fire it up here. Fire it up, let that stuff run through there. Then I'll check it and add some more probably, because it'll probably be low. I mean, all those seals looked good, so it could have just been from corrosion, road salt and stuff getting up in there, pushing that out, making a gap. Who knows? I did clean all that stuff up, so it should be okay. I'm gonna cut you out because the engine's running and stuff like that. It's probably hard to hear me. And once I crank that thing around, see if I can see some leakage or whatnot, I'll bring you back on the diagnosis. And I'll probably jump back here, have to fill it up anyway, so we'll see what happens. I'll move it real quick. See, what I was thinking was this outside seal right here may have been getting a little bit of worn on there, but when I would take it off and put it on, it was still pretty tough for me to shove that on, so I figured that seal's probably fine. I put that other one up next to it and they looked like they were about the same, so I don't think that would be it. I don't think that's that big of a deal. But yeah, I'm gonna check that fluid, probably add some more, and then if I got to, I'm gonna change buckets out. I'll put a new bucket in there because I'll dump that stuff in my old one. Maybe I'll I don't know what I'll use it for. I definitely ain't running through these tanks, but I mean them things would eat that stuff up. So who knows? These mechanical engines will eat about anything. When it comes to dirty fuel and shit, it seems like they'll run off a used motor oil cut with gas, you know what I mean? Well, it's been running for about 5 minutes. There goes the air. I twisted that around, back and forth, to and fro. Still nothing, so we're good. You know, what could have happened is going to the beach and stuff like that, salt gets up in there. I did have to smooth that out, so something like that could have been the problem. And, you know, what caused that to leak and stuff. And then when I took that, I loosened that up the other day, backed it off, put it back on because I was changing that dust cover. That seal probably pinched in there because the fluid probably pushed it down, and then that's why it leaked more yesterday. So yeah, that's why I've got splatter and shit all over the place. Not to mention I did grease the truck. See all that shit, the wheels there. Yeah, I'm back on here. I've got grease stains all over it too. We got a tank. We got a tank down there from the grease. So I'll probably get this thing in Porsche. It's on the back too, up on by my name. Put my name here. So I'll kill it and throw it back together real quick. And I guess I'll just keep my eyes on, make sure that ain't nothing else. I did climb under there to look and see if it was coming out of anywhere else, and I didn't see anything, so that's probably what it was. I do have those other seals, which I'll just keep with me. I'll throw them in one of my buckets or boxes or something like that. That way, if something happens, I'm out on the road, I can just swap that shit out really quick in a Walmart parking lot. Just got a 5-gallon bucket, drain that old ATF out, throw a new ATF in, swap that shit, and get on down the road, if you know what I mean. Man, what's going on, folks? Just another manic Monday. Headed over to the shop to get me some steer tires put on, DOT done. Hopefully, I checked that gearbox and everything looked to be fine when I started up and let it run, and moved it in the driveway just a little bit. I'll check when I get out. I'm almost positive it's good, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it is, and I don't have no more leaks, because that would suck to have them do half the DOT and then go home and try to tear that bitch apart and fix it and because I had that happen to me one time before, and they said, well, you got this much time to fix it before we charge you for the whole thing. And I'm like, okay, I went home and I fixed it, and it was good. So that's usually what goes on when I'm doing it. And I take my shit over there. They treat me good. I take care of them. Always send people over there. Always give them my my business first, and let people know in the area to go over there. They'll take care of them. So they've done a lot for me. I mean, how they changed out the transmission in Frank. I put it in. They put it in. It wasn't right. I went back. I told them, hey, this is the wrong transmission. The truck won't go over like 62. So they took it back out. Went over there. They loaded it up. I went and got a different one. Brought it back. They put it back in. They've done. They did the clutch in this truck. They did all the wheel seals. They put all the tires on every time, drums, brakes, etc. Every time I needed it. They did the kingpins on Frank, all brakes, bushings, blah 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 that it needed. Yeah, there you go. Just pull right in front of that guy. You fucking sat there for 5 minutes, moron. What's wrong with people? I don't understand them, but we're going over there today. Got a hold of a girl. She said they come in this morning, so I was like, sweet. It's about 9 o'clock, 9:30. She said, hey, your tires are here. I'm like, okay, cool. So I said, I'll see you this afternoon, and we're on our way. So hopefully when I'm done, I've got a new DOT sticker. I've got brand new tires on, and we're rolling, and we're not as wobbly. Talk to them about alignment. I mean, the truck runs fairly straight, besides, you know, pulls over to the right a little bit, but if they need to do something, they will. If not, oh well, we'll run it. Well, I'm just rolling out here. We're done. Got some fresh steers, good for a year on LDOT. Got alignment done. My toe's off 27%, so you fix that, straighten me out, and be nice to run these fresh, brand new tires down the road and see how they feel. Probably won't be, you know, because there's going to be a little bit of give, since there's actually some tread on there. That one was pretty bald. It was about 3 well, the spot he measured, it was 3/32, so they needed to be done, which they're done now. So that is what I'm talking about. Look at this thing barely, that's what I'm talking about. No hands. That's pretty nice. Nice and smooth too. I can tell a difference between some brand new steers and some old ones. And that is what I'm talking about. I put 115,000 miles on those steers, so that's not too bad. They said that's pretty good for a set of steers, but they were good years, so you know, what do you expect? Man, cheers to you. It's Tuesday. And tomorrow we'll be making a maiden voyage in a blue truck with brand new steers on it. Got home yesterday, had to wash it up because every time I take it to the shop, boys are a little messy when they do tires and stuff. But I got this sitting on here because I needed 2 more chains and a couple more binders, because I'm going to pick up a stack of 3. They said flatbeds, but they're probably, from what I looked at, I googled the place that I'm going to because I got to go over to Cleveland in the morning. I'm taking a 3 stack of 48-foot flatbeds is what they said to Monroe, Michigan. That's just north of Toledo. And then after that, we're going to bobtail back down to Toledo, which is not 20 minutes south of Monroe, and pick up a empty tanker that's going, 48-foot tanker that's going down to Evansville, Indiana. So basically what I'm going to do is get up in the morning. We're going to bobtail over to Cleveland, grab that. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes away. Grab the 3 stack after I chain them down and stuff, because they said that you need chains and binders. And I said, well, how much? When I was talking to the guy, I said, I have 2. Well, I have 4. And then I've got the 3 4-inch ratchet straps, and I got like 7 2-inch ratchet straps. He's like, oh, those will be fine, because he just said there's no ratchets on the trailers for you to, you know, use the 4-inch straps. And I said, I got those. He's like, oh yeah, you'll be good. But anyways, let's get down here. Yeah, the boys were a little rough yesterday when they were swapping these out, and these things were covered in grease and shit. So I cleaned them up a little bit, you know what I mean? But they're gonna need a paint job. It's just a little bit more windy than what I would like it to be for me to do that, and I'm really not too worried about it. I got the white paint in the truck with me, so I could honestly do it anytime, anywhere I'm down somewhere. And I thought about doing all this crap beforehand, but I didn't, because I knew they were going to be rough with them, so I just let them go, and then brought it home yesterday and washed it, because I had greased it, and this thing still ain't leaking from my fix job, so that's good. Fresh DOT, we're good. So yeah, that's my address. It's also on my page just in case anybody wants to send me anything, some fan stuff, whatever, you know what I'm saying. T-shirts, I wear size medium. Anything that you think would be cool for the trucks. Kenworth memorabilia. I did have a guy send me stuff one time. He sent me a hat and some rags. That was cool. Cleaning stuff. And he sent me some cherry cleaner for my hands when they got dirty. So that's what's up. But yeah, I just gave the truck a quick wash yesterday. Made sure I get all the bugs off the stacks because they were kind of grody. I need to one of these days polish the tanks up, because I ran into some stuff and I got all stained up and shit. I don't know if you can see all these little dark stains and stuff in here, but they need cleaned up a little bit with some polish. But yeah, I just threw that on there real quick because I need that stuff with me just in case. If I don't use it, ain't no big deal. You know, really, I've got the two, those are I think 10-foot chains. The other ones are 20-foot, so those can go up and through and back down on both sides if I want to, or they I don't think they can go completely over, but and those can just go up and then back down, and then I can kink them in the middle and stuff. And you know, I got those other ones, so I'll be fine. That'll be a nice quick day for us. Go up there, grab that, and then I got another one booked. And then she said, well, what are you gonna do? What would you run it straight through to Evansville? I said, no, probably not. I would probably come back here, finish the evening out here, and then get up in the morning, go drop it, because they said it is a 24-hour drop facility with a gate code. So that's cool. I can get there anytime. I mean, if I wanted to, I could run it there and then just, you know, drop it in the afternoon. But by the time I get done running that stuff, I'll be like ready for a beer probably. So that'll be nice. Make some cash, and then you know, find something down there, hopefully coming back this way, and just continue moving, building that up. I got those two steers over there, posted them on Facebook Marketplace because I don't really need them. When I was talking to my buddy, I did get an alignment done. My buddy does everything for me over there. Well, I didn't have him do the tires. There's a couple younger guys that are the lube techs. They did the tires, and then he's like the big cheese over there, so he can do like a lot of the other stuff. So he did the alignment, and he said what was going on, the way this one was running lower than this one, he thought that maybe a belt had broke in here, and that's why this was wearing the way it did and wobbling. And then this, the way it was wearing, the toe on this one right here was basically pointed in this way. That's why it was driving down and wearing on this side versus the other side. So there's a bar down here. I don't know if I can get down to it or not, because I got some clean shit on right here. This bar, it's right there. There's a bracket on there. Let's see if we can get down here. Right there, that you break free, and then you can twist that, and that'll straighten that out. So basically, he got under there, he broke that free, he twisted that, and that straightened it out. I was in the truck. I don't know if any of you guys know how an alignment works, but you sit in a truck, or somebody sits in a truck, and then there's a computer screen right over here on the ground, and they've got these sensors that are hooked up on here that basically, when he put the sensor on down here, I could look from up there straight down, and I could see that there was a level in there with the little bubble, and it was completely level when he put that thing on. So I said, well, that's good, at least, you know, it's level this way. So then he did that, and it straightened out. And basically, I turned the wheel on the inside of the truck to where it matched up with the thing, and that straightened that up. So that's why I did that driving down the road bit where I had, look, no hands. But yeah, we got this put on, so we're good for another year to rock and roll. So tomorrow in the morning, me and little Miss Muffet are going to jump in the truck. We're going to stop and get a quick splash, because I am signed up for the relay program, which is a fuel discount program through the Pilot Flying J networks. So I get a huge discount on those. I'll grab my phone real quick. I'm gonna go sit up on the porch real fast and drink on this beer and at least get out the sun, because I did mow all this lawn today. So this is taken care of. I don't have to worry about that. We need to go water our garden later because we got a few sprouts, so we'll need to take care of that. But sporting the old SH tube shirt, I'll cut off the sleeves, man, because they sent me a large, but I usually wear a medium. So anyways, get on my phone here and let's see, let's go over to the relay app right here. Fuel stops, Napoleon Pilot, I can get it for $3.20 over there. It's $3.50. I can save 30 cents. Let's see if I go to the mud flap, let's see what the closest is. Looks like it is, let me do some stuff since I'm holding this here. Napoleon, the petrol for the mud flap is $3.31, so right there I'm saving 11 cents on that. Let's see what the trucker path has to say about the fuel prices. Not now. Let's go up to Napoleon, and once I pull these up, it should pull the prices up. Okay, so right there, the best you can get is the Loves for $3.29. Through them you can get a discount. The Pilot right now is $3.59. The Petro is $3.51. Let's see, it's $3.50 over to Loves. So if I was going over there to get fuel and I wasn't using any discounts, I would probably get fuel at the Loves because it's $3.50. That way I could get a shower, but I don't need any showers because I'm basically going to be coming back home. But what I will do is I'll probably get enough splash to where I get 50 gallons at the Pilot to get a shower. That way I could build some up, and then I'll run that load. I'll probably make $500 on that load after I do it. It shouldn't take us too long, but maybe it's 2 hours and 45 minutes over there, and it's like not that far from Toledo to Monroe, or Cleveland to Monroe. I think it was like 164 miles or something. So, and we're going to be running the turnpike, so I'll have to spend a little bit of money there. I don't necessarily have to run the turnpike. I got options because I know how to get around the turnpike situation. So if I need to just jump on the turnpike really quick and then jump on 2, then run 6 over to 75 and then run it up north through Toledo, I can and save a little bit of money. I think all semis are the same regardless of how many axles you have on the Ohio Turnpike. As far as I can remember, it's really not that expensive though, so it's not that big of a deal. If it costs me $40 to run the turnpike and saves me an hour, it's probably worth it. I don't know, maybe, we'll see what happens. But we'll catch up with you in the morning when we're getting ready to take off. So that's what's going on today.